Hello, and welcome to the first development mode episode for Truth Hidden Among Hearts. This episode's going to be a little bit different than our past ones. Today we're going to do a number of small side scenes. It will probably advance more of the individual characters than of the overall story. I think it'll be worth a listen nonetheless. If you haven't listened to Episode 2, the one with the party, then listen to that one before this. This takes place immediately after the party. The fog from the gate rolls over the professor. And as the fog comes in contact with him, he becomes a little bit more like the fog. And then a lot less like the fog. You become grounded once more, and the area around you has changed dramatically. It is warmer here. You had just been hit with a bit of a blast of cold air, but it doesn't appear to be winter. You come to your senses as a bright yellow sun in the sky strikes into your eyes, and you look around and see where you are.
Oh my. Is that... Yes, I think it's the bird sanctuary. Am I in London?
As you are looking around, getting your bearings, you take a step, but immediately tumble over. It was so strange. The ground here wasn't meant to be walked on, and I don't mean that it despised it, and I meant that it was ambivalent towards it. You're so used to having ground that its purpose was to be tread on. And when you tumble over, you hear somebody run up to you. I'm
sorry.
Are you okay?
Yes, just disoriented. I'm terribly sorry. I was walking and lost in thought.
Oh, well, I mean, look out for yourself, and they offer a hand to help you back up.
Yeah, and of course I take it. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, can you tell me the time?
They look at their wristwatch and say, it's 4:15.
Ah. And what day is it again?
Are you sure that you're all right? I mean, I can get you to a cab. We can get you to a hospital.
I'm sure I'm fine. I've been thinking far too much on much more, arcane matters.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, it's still Friday.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure it is. Thank you very much. Please excuse me, I have to go. And I'd like to rush off and find, I think, a coffee house. There's almost certainly one that I would have stopped in regularly.
So a few things you notice as you get going. One, your clothes are different. You are much better kept than you had been previously. You don't have the scruffy beard that the professor has acquired at his time there. You're clean-shaven. You have a generally professional appearance about you.
Check to see if I've got a wallet or, other possessions that I used to have.
You do. As you pat around, you find your wallet, you find your ID. And what does that ID say on its name?
It says Rajminder Singh. Yes, that was my name. Back in the shadow. How can I be here? I don't understand. I stepped off the train and the fog rolled in, and it did feel sort of like home. How strange. I don't know how to get back. I need to know what's going on.
So as you're looking over your possessions, when you took the time to look at your ID, you saw the photo on it. It's you. It's clearly you. But it feels almost like it's a caricature of you. And in fact, as you look around, all of the people here, they seem like they are unconvincing thought forms. Like, the people here just don't seem quite like people. You can tell that there's no substance to any of them.
I need to try my magic. I need to know if that works. And I need to stay focused. I feel like if I allow myself to get wrapped up in this world, that I might forget again and not get back. This is all too disturbing. I'd like to find a coffee house somewhere that I can sit and get something to drink and quietly maybe cast a spell.
You find your way to a Starbucks on a nearby corner.
Great. I order what do they call it? A Ubuntu. No. Give me your largest coffee.
Yeah, I'll get you a venti. And who's this for?
Raj.
All right. And a minute or two later, you hear someone, we have a coffee here for Raj.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Take my coffee and I get into a corner and I try to use it as some sort of scrying pool. I would like to cast a scrying spell using the keywords sight and other universes. So that I can scry on the actuality.
What specifically are you trying to scry on?
I think on Malin. My possibly closest tie to the actuality, given that we knew each other back here.
So you focus on your black coffee and the reflective surface there. You reach out and try to grab the threads of magic to combine them and bend them to what you do, but there are no threads of magic. There's nothing there.
Shit. I drink the coffee and go.
As you step out, you notice that there's a weight in one of your pockets, something that you didn't remember previously.
What's this?
It's a library book.
Oh. How odd. I don't remember taking this out.
It seems to be a study in dream interpretation, not something that I think the professor was normally interested in.
No. Well, I crack it open. Are there any, flagged pages or...
The book is well worn. It seems that you're not the first person to have checked it out.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, in a development mode scene, you just draw one Sooth card and that determines how things in the scene go.
Okay.
So in this case, we have the driver. The driver talks about getting away and getting places quickly. It also happens to be the professor's defender. So this is nothing but good news for the professor.
Oh, wonderful.
When you look in the book, it talks about dreams as a link to other worlds. It's all very... I mean, it's pretty hippie nonsense from the professor's normal standards.
Mm-hmm.
But remembering where you are and remembering what you can of where you were, it all seems to bleed out rather quickly. This seems to be a strong link. The other thing you notice when you're looking in the book is that it's due back today.
I suppose I should return it. Yes, what library?
the library that you're most familiar with. It's the one that Malin worked at.
Okay. Yes, splendid. I hail a cab and ask to be taken there immediately.
Sure thing. So you hop in the cab. He seems to have a video playing in the front seat. It looks like it's an episode of Jeopardy. You see the episode of Jeopardy, at least a brief image of it, and there's a face on the screen that you half remember.
What is Steve Carell?
It flashes over to Al Trebek looking disappointed. I'm sorry, the answer we were looking for was the Vitruvian Man.
How odd.
The driver is like, how the hell do you get Steve Carell?
I don't know. Who would guess such a thing?
And you're dropped off at the library.
Thank you so much. I tip him a lot, because apparently this money doesn't mean shit.
And he's like, wow, yeah, hey, you want me to leave the engine running? I'll wait out here for you.
No, my good chap. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one. And you head in to a library that is becoming more familiar as you walk into it. You remember this place. And that becomes a little bit worrying, that everything around you is starting to seem a little bit more normal than it was before.
I can't stay here too long. This is all too much. Or, I don't know, too little? It's so strange. Everything is foggy and sharper at the same time. I get to the desk.
Malin isn't there. There's a different librarian at the desk.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you see a little poster in the back that says, if you've seen this person, please contact. And there's a number and an image of Malin.
Huh. Do I have a cell phone?
Yeah, you reach into a pocket and you have a cell phone.
I hesitate to call the number, but I drop the book off and say, thank you, this was very informative. Can you tell me, how long has this woman been missing?
And the librarian looks back behind her and says, oh, yeah, she was the one here before me. She's been missing for, I don't know, 6 weeks now?
6 weeks? I knew her. I used to come quite often. I do hope to see her again soon.
Yeah, I hope she's all right, and that she doesn't want her job back.
Yes, quite. Thank you very much. And walking out, you know what? I will call the number. Yeah, I'll call it and see who picks up, and just sort of walk the streets. Head down, listening to whatever is on the other end of that phone.
You call the number, and you just get a, hello?
Yes. Hello. I'm calling about the poster. Missing woman?
Do you know where Lucy is? Have you seen her?
Lucy. I'm sorry. I don't. I was hoping that there had been news. I knew her at the library. I frequented it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called. I hang up. Oh dear. This is not good. I need to get out of here. Somewhere. Where can I go? Somewhere less familiar, perhaps. At this point, I think that I hail another cab and ask just to be driven out of town.
Yeah, alright, it's your time, buddy. You go on a ride to the outside London. It takes a bit. You're pretty central in it, and London's not a small city. You're listening to the radio on the way, and there's advertisements that you haven't heard in a very long time for products that are all essentially the same. You wonder why anyone would listen to this garbage. Eventually, you find yourself reaching the outside of London. Yeah, all right. Where to from here?
Take me to a train station. I should like to catch a train.
Yeah, all right. I can do that.
Thank you so much.
You arrive at a train station. At this point, the evening is pressed on a bit. The sun has gone down. There's still a bit of a crowd at the train station. It seems that a bunch of people have just arrived, and there's this big flood of people coming off. And it takes a moment. You're not used to crowds. There hasn't been a crowd in Actuality for as long as you can remember being there.
Huh.
But for a moment, you're just overwhelmed with all of these almost people.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. I need to I need to pass. Thank you. Ow!
As you turn and see who bumped into you, for a moment you see a person, an actual person, not like the images that everyone else seems to be, but they're lost in the crowd and disappear.
Oh, blast it all. Excuse... Oh, I need to turn around. I need to find them. Excuse me, you there!
A couple of people look back your way and realize that you're not speaking to them. The person that had bumped you is wearing a coat despite it being fairly warm out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a look at them there, but they seem to be carrying a bag of groceries because you can see a sack of potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, they've turned a corner and you've lost sight of them.
I chase after them at full sprint, just hollering for them.
You run as fast as you can, trying to push people out of your way, and you don't see them.
Damnation. I wonder if they live here. Perhaps they commute. Strange. Well, if I'm not going to find them, I'll return to my original plan. So I'd like to go back to the train station and ask for a train somewhere far. A train with a sleeper car.
They find you one. You purchase a ticket, knowing that this money is hilarious in its own way. People are trading around little bits of dead tree. Roger throws this shit out all the time. But you find yourself hopping into a train and rolling off. And at this point, it is getting late.
I would like to just get in bed and close my eyes and like focus and meditate and focus on anything I can from the Actuality, on, details, sounds and sights and smells and the particularities of the Actuality, the things that make it more real than the shadow.
And as you focus and you start to drift, you find yourself in a dreamlike state. But you know something from your time in Actuality, and that's when you dream, you're drawn closer to the blue. indigo is wedged between shadow and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you have this realization and you focus on the things that are true in actuality, things like the ground is meant to be walked on. It knows this on some fundamental level. Everyone there, you can tell the difference between people who are real thinking people and the objects they create for these simple tasks. And these other stark differences between shadow and actuality. And you find yourself by the train station where the gate meets the edge of Fartown.
This is the day after the party. Only Rachel is going to go visit Malin.
Malin got home, fell asleep on the couch in the front room instead of going all the way to the bed.
Oh, good. You'll be able to answer the door
Yes,
quickly.
will be awoken when you knock on the door.
That's happening, yeah. So there's for sure a knock upon your door.
Hello?
Malin, let me in. Come on.
Oh, good. One moment. And she gets up and goes to the door. And is still wearing all of the same clothes from last night,
Oh, baby.
but with now more smudgy makeup.
Oh, baby.
Hello.
Only Rachel has changed. She actually didn't drink much at the party. She's wearing kind of an especially oversized sweater, but that's... and she's carrying a thermos in one hand and a bag of groceries in the other.
Hello, only Rachel.
Oh, you need my help.
I don't not need that.
I know, honey, I know.
Come in.
Where do you keep your teacups?
In the kitchen.
Okay, great.
Right. Sorry, hold on. And then I take a hold of one of the pages and flip twice to get to the kitchen.
Okay. And Rachel's just gonna rummage until she finds teacups. She's defo climbing on the counter. She's not very tall.
Malin sits at the kitchen table because I can't go back to the couch.
Okay. Well, you have a seat. And Rachel pours out some tea from the thermos. I asked Grizz what was the very best tea for a hangover, and he answered surprisingly quickly. So, this is information he has on hand.
I imagine he's probably experienced it himself once or twice.
Well, he didn't give any more information. Here you go.
Wonderful. And she clasps the tea and then...
Let's see. Frying pans.
On the left, down.
And Rachel just kind of starts cooking while humming Venga Bus. There's a great deal of sizzling noises.
Just to see how everything goes in the kitchen, I'm going to draw the Sooth card for the scene.
Okay.
Don't let it be the apprentice again.
It's not an apprentice, it's the Blind Guardian.
What does the Blind Guardian mean?
The Blind Guardian is about protecting people and about not making assumptions about things. Its value is also a 2 in the aspect of how well your cooking went.
I'm not sure Malin can tell the difference.
Yeah, no, actually, I would say that 2 is almost better than a high number for this particular application. Because eventually what Rachel does come to the table with is just the absolute gnarliest breakfast sandwich. Just a great big pile of bacon, eggs, grease, and breakfast.
Can you grab me the strawberry jam from the fridge, please?
That's how you hangover. That's my girl. That's how you do it. Yes. And Rachel goes and she gets the jam. She's like, correct.
Malin puts it in the sandwich.
Because, hangover breakfasts need to be as gross as possible. That's how you fix it. And she just she sits down, pours herself her own tea. How are you doing?
I'm mostly fine, aside from, I was hit with a tray.
Oh, right. And Rachel gets up and kind of starts looking for a bump.
I'm fine, but I appreciate... Thank you.
There is a little bump there.
I'm gonna go get ice, though. How else are you doing?
Well, my delightful neighbor didn't show up, so that was sort of a letdown. But I did get to dance with a lovely gentleman who... Thank you, by the way, for saving him. That was bizarre. Do you have any idea what happened with those thought forms?
No, I do not. I don't like it. I think it's horrible. This is an ice pack, right?
I mean, they're peas, so...
So they're not food. You're right. Okay, good. And Rachel just kind of like puts that on Melon's bump there, and there you go.
Thank you. That does feel better.
I thought it might. Did you have fun at the party?
I did. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I missed a lot of it because I was doing summonings in the bathroom, chatting with
justice.
Roger, pursuing justice.
How was Roger?
I don't know. He's Roomy's neighbor.
No, how was interacting with him?
Oh, yeah, he hated it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I definitely made him angry. On purpose.
Malin kind of points out the window towards the Dracula house. Did you see him there also?
No, I didn't see any Draculas.
I didn't either, but I was looking forward to it. Well, he's just so interesting.
You're interesting now too, though.
I have done so many things in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I was robbed. Do you remember?
I do, yeah. You get robbed, you get into fights, you get bonked on the head very badly.
I'm not very good at fights.
You drink a great deal and have hangovers, which only happens to cool people.
Right. That makes sense, though.
Let me get you more tea.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're officially cool now.
It's very shortly after the events of the party. You've just made it into Fartown, and what are you doing?
I am taking the little hors d'oeuvre fellow that I rescued from the party, who is now apparently mortally wounded. I will be seeking medical treatment for him, where you prepare food. Restaurant we were at the day before? Week before? A while before.
You head to Liberton, which is a breakfast place.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now the middle of the night.
Oh, right. It's late.
I'm going to go ahead and draw the Sooth card that helps us know how this scene is going to go. And it's the Harvesting Spider.
What a friendly fellow.
The Harvesting Spider is talking about building things and being sneaky about it. Spiders are many things: builders, weavers, and caretakers. Yet the keywords towards it are action, labor, and stealth. So you've arrived. The place is most certainly closed.
Yes.
But you have this poor little pigs in a blanket. Man, he's looking pale, like his dough is starting to crust a little bit. It's...
Uh-oh. Hang in there, little feller. So the restaurant is closed.
Yeah.
I've tried the front door. It's closed.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go around the back of the building?
Sure.
Is there a back door?
There is a back door. Has a little label on it, employees only.
Yeah. Normally I wouldn't do this, but a bit of an emergency. I do have one skill point in lockpicking.
What?
Can I try and break into the restaurant?
Yeah, and I think the Harvesting Spider lets us know that you know how to pick this lock. You get there and you work on it a little bit, and you hear that little click, and the door swings.
Okay. I go inside real carefully, and I listen just for a moment to make sure no one else is there. Yeah. Is that something I hear in my head?
That's something you hear in your head.
Okay.
Oh, dearie, you've got to get him all fixed up.
I'm not trying, but I just gotta make sure everything's clear first. You guys hear anything?
Check the cash.
What?
Ticket.
Yeah.
All clear.
Go to the kitchen.
Come now, dearie. You've got to get him patched up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, first things first. Let's go. So I'll go into the kitchen and I'll start sort of gingerly rooting around. Because this is a breakfast shop?
This is a breakfast place.
Okay. Do they have, what are they called? The cones of, like, cream for, like, filling donuts and things like that?
Blood transfusion.
I gotta stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you find... I don't know what those are called
I can't
either,
remember what they're
but one of those tubes with filling.
Yeah, some like pastry
It's a
cream.
piping bag
Piping
for
bag, thank you.
maniacs.
Yes. You gotta fix my stupidity for me, Kat. That's the way this works.
But now just say piping bag, and I'll cut it so that Kat never corrected it.
Okay. So I look for a piping bag filled with like pastry cream. I will lay down some like parchment paper if I can find it on the counter. We have to keep things sterile, of course. And then I'll like fill the wound with a little bit of piping cream. Can I find some bacon?
Once you're done, fill your pockets.
With bacon?
Yeah.
That's a good idea, actually. So, presuming I can find some bacon.
Yeah, it's raw.
Perfect. That's the way I need it. I will wrap the bacon around him like a bandage, and then very carefully put a toothpick through the bacon to hold it in place.
Ooh.
I'm hoping this like holds the wound together so it can heal.
Yeah, stab it.
What? Yeah, just the bacon.
How
and then
badly you've pierced him.
what? I think he's okay. How you doing there, little feller?
Poor
You give him a little
thing.
poke, and there's a little...
Hang in there. And I do take some bacon and stuff it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I have that as a spell, right? Where the heck did I put that?
Yeah, you can make an object disappear.
Yes, I can make an object disappear. Yep, Object Arcanum. I will cast Object Arcanum on some bacon. A fistful of bacon.
Now more. Anything you can get. Clean him out.
Eat it. Eat the bacon.
Keep it.
Raw bacon? I don't think that's such a good
A
idea.
little bit of cash wouldn't hurt anyone.
I'll just see what you can stuff in there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll go to the front and just, like, see if the till... Do they leave cash in the till?
You head over to the till, and you poke around it a little bit, and you hit a button, and the register slides out.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like... Yeah, there are some orbs in the till.
I don't know if this is right.
Help yourself.
It's so wrong.
It's fine. You need this more than they do.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do something good with it. Yeah, okay. And I'll just take a little bit of money.
I'm so proud.
Oh, you're so dangerous.
You took, let's say, 4 crystal orbs.
Sure. Get that down. Under valuables, I will also add pocket of bacon. These things are important to keep track of.
Pocket of raw bacon?
Yes, raw bacon.
Pocket
yes,
raw
thank
bacon.
you. Thank you. I should clarify.
Stick it in your bacon pocket.
And just stuff it all in there.
How is the little guy doing?
It looks like you've patched him up, and he seems to be stable. He seems to be sleeping quietly.
Oh, good job, dearie.
Good work, doctor.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay.
We can eat him later.
Well, put a pin in that one.
Yeah.
So I will try and tidy my mess up. You know, throw away the parchment and
Oh, you're
put
so
everything back.
dirty.
I will take the little bacon, or the little hors d'oeuvre guy with his bacon bandage, and I will leave and try and lock the building on my way out.
And again, the stealth aspect of the harvesting spotter says that you can slip out of here without leaving too much evidence.
Sure.
Aside from the things that are now missing.
Yes. Because I've become a criminal in my very first side scene. It's great.
So good.
But my plan is to take him back to 11th Street and, like, put him on his own bench in the subway and let him rest. Maybe I'll, like, make a little cushion out of, like, some relatively clean clothes for him and see, you know, bed rest.
Make him a little Mr. Bean shoebox bed.
There you go, yeah. Maybe I can find a shoebox somewhere and fill it full of old newspaper.
I'm pretty sure there's like a community billboard at the library. So we're going to take my note. And we're going to just kind of put a push pin in it for the professor.
How did you spell professor?
I think I only put one F in it.
That's close enough, I imagine. I'm sure he'll love it.
I used to be a better speller, you know that? Look, the spelling standards in 2nd grade, not high.
The two of you find your way to the Prime Archive. Here, we'll go ahead and draw our Sooth card for the scene. The incriminating skull. It's related to uncovering evidence. It's related to crimes. It's kind of a mean one, but it ultimately helps to reveal truth. We will get to that part. The two of you show up and start looking around for a billboard.
Yeah.
Do you see anyone who works here?
You don't see someone, but you hear a grumbling and see a couple of books shift position on the shelf.
Oh. Hello. Do you work here, invisible friend?
I used to. When that voice comes across, the professor perks up as it rouses him.
What?
Oh, hello!
Why have you come?
I didn't see you there.
I was looking for the billboard
What?
so that I could post a note to the professor.
That's me. Just hand it here.
This is just This is exactly like sticking it on the billboard, only sticking it directly on the professor. Maybe not with a thumbtack.
What have you done?
Well, I mean, you didn't go to the party, and we were there to get information for you, so I took notes.
They're bad.
Yes, your notes start with fuck off.
Well, you did, and I was mad.
I wasn't entirely in control of it, I'm afraid.
Entirely. Okay, great. Didn't want to go to the party.
Melon, what happened?
Okay, look, I thought that you might not know who Oswald Cobblepot is, because most people know him by his alias, the Penguin.
Oddly, I do remember.
On that note, weird, we went to the party, you disappeared, we went inside with no further, stacking on top of each other, so...
Yes, good.
The door was the worst door I've ever seen in my
The
life.
door was bizarre, it was a
Yeah.
mouth. It, ate you to get you into the party.
Yeah.
Glad I missed it, I think.
Yeah. I wish I had.
The party was full of people, Roger was there.
Roger was also full of people.
We encountered a group of people telling stories about the artifacts.
Yes.
And I think they said this one was from the Blue Sun, to which I replied, you can even go to the Suns.
Blue sun.
Yeah, where things are abstract as in something. He gave a whole speech.
Dreams, wasn't it?
Dreams.
Dreams.
Yeah.
Abstract as though in dreams.
It was a weird scroll, dude.
Ah, yes, it was a scroll, and then someone stole it.
Stole it?
Yes.
Was that not in my notes?
I don't know, I didn't finish them.
Oh, wait, Toad's got stole.
Yes, they tried to escape through our new friend Bend.
Bend?
Yes.
Who is...
He's a portal man.
Yes.
Alright.
Yes, they escaped
To where?
through him. We didn't get that far.
We know the portal personally. We can ask him where he leads.
I'm actually not sure that we got more than his name.
Is that an
Sure, we can
is that
find
an
him.
insensitive question to ask?
What is your name?
Where does your
Where he
portal go?
leads.
Where does your portal
Like
go?
if I were to step physically into you, where would I end up?
Is it weird sexually if they walk into
Is
you?
it weird sexually?
I don't know, that's the door.
The door was very sexual, I must tell you.
That's why it was
It
bad.
was very bad.
Perhaps it is somewhat more intimate.
Then perhaps it's improper to ask him where he goes. Although, maybe he's already led the police to where he goes.
Well, who's to say that he leads to the same place? Every time.
That's a fair point.
Now you're thinking actuality thinking. Hey.
And then Rachel assaulted some thought forms with a cart.
Yeah.
One of them assaulted me with a tray.
Are you sure this was a party and not some sort of...
Fight club.
Yes.
It
No, it
seems
was
a little
both.
more like it.
The best parties are. No. Okay, Malin missed an important detail, okay? In the champagne fountain, there was a bird, like a giant bird, and 11th Street looked at it and could not identify it as a swan. He could not. He could not. He said it was like a duck, but bigger. It was bonkers.
To be fair...
You hear this story about you as you were like a few rows down looking up information in this very library.
I knew what it was. I just forgot the word for it, Rachel.
Whoa.
Of course.
And I walk around like bookshelves.
Hi, roomies.
Oh,
How are you guys doing?
hey, I was just looking something up. Hey, you
look
back.
tired.
I had a late night. Something came up suddenly. Yeah, a medical emergency. So, what are we all doing here?
I was sleeping. I don't know about the rest
You're
of
always sleeping.
I was looking for a bulletin board.
We came to give the professor the note. Well, sort of give the professor the
We
note
came to
that Rachel
abandon
wrote.
here and not anyway, Malin forgot something very, very important, which was to say the thought forms were all of a sudden given an order to just fuck everything up.
Yeah, it was like someone else was controlling them all,
Huh.
and they just attacked everyone at the party.
That sounds like some exceptional magic.
Yeah, it's a
And
little out there.
they held the portalman down. And when I looked into the portalman, I could see somebody with the scroll inside him.
Yes.
This was after I did plow into the waiters with the cart.
Yeah, she
I
wrote
did
the
Grand
card.
Theft Auto the shit out of them. It was extremely rad.
I'm sure you feel that way.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I
will
do.
make a fabulous story to tell. I mean, there was a car chase. I got assaulted with a tray.
She did.
I did. I drank quite a bit.
A lot.
Some
More action than I should care for.
Malin, you danced with,
Yes.
what was the feller's
His
name?
name is Bend.
Bend, right. Well, I don't mean to be presumptuous about the whole thing, but did you get a look at where he, leads?
I don't know.
Maybe you can weigh in on this. Is that an inappropriate question to ask a portalman?
Well,
Is it invasive?
I'm not an expert on portal men.
Wait, is there a
That's
directory
definitely not what
of
they're called.
persons at the library?
Maybe.
Would it be possible for us to look him up and then contact him and then ask him terribly inappropriate questions?
I mean, you should.
I'm just thinking that maybe we don't have to ask him inappropriate questions if maybe Malin was checking him out.
Only Rachel is going to lean forward across the table and raise and lower her eyebrows several times in succession.
Oh my. Stop it. That's very presumptuous of you.
What? I'm sorry, it's just there's something bigger going on here. You can stop with the eyebrows now.
I actually don't think I can.
I'm not sure
It's
she
a
can.
twitch, I think.
They're broken.
Maybe that's my next project.
New
Like a
eyebrows.
hat that holds down.
Horrible.
Just paper clips.
Very bad inventions.
Clippy.
And if I listen to my demons, it will just be pins.
When you walked over, you'd been in the middle of grabbing a book off. You've been trying to find maybe some schematics of how the...
Yeah, like
how
on the subway map.
When you walked over, you heard them get distracted. You're still carrying one of the books you were about to look at. When you look at it, you notice that it has like a little slip cover on it, and the slip cover's been swapped from a different book.
Huh. If I pull the slipcover off, what's the actual...
Porn.
So the book was about maps? Or the exterior was about?
The exterior
Okay.
claimed that it would be about maps, but
Sure.
the book itself, when you pull off the slipcover, It seems to be somebody's journal.
Well, hang on. What in the hell is this doing in the library?
The reason that you take note of it is that when you opened it up looking for maps and schematics inside, you noticed a picture on there quite similar to the scroll that you guys had seen previously, although this one was green.
The one in the book?
The one in the book
Is green.
is colored and seems to be made out of living material.
Like plant material?
Yeah, like plant material, not like Necronomicon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I said your words. Maybe not every single syllable.
Yeah, exactly. So this is on the outside of the...
That was inside. You opened up the book to look for a map. You randomly flipped to a page and you saw this green image of a green scroll inside, and then you noticed the slipcover and that you have not the book that you expected to.
Well, actually, Professor, the scroll that was stolen kind of looked like this one, only color was different.
And it had weird shapes and not like leaves and shit, but like weird shapes and floaty images and mysteries and junk.
Didn't someone say it was like a dream scroll or something?
Where everything is abstract, as in dream.
All I know is I kept getting pushed out of the way.
I am going to steal all Gotham's bird sculptures.
Remind me, what is the green sun?
The green sun is a place where life runs rampant. It's a very survival of the fittest place where a creature will come into being, grow to a full adult, and be consumed by something larger in a matter of hours.
I've seen this movie. It's called Jurassic Park.
I've seen this movie. It's called
It's always
That Party.
ooh and ahs. And they're screaming.
Yeah,
running.
It's further along the path of suns past the blue sun.
Mm-hmm.
When you take a look at this, the label listed above the scroll there refers to it as a map.
Well, it was in the map section, I think. What's the map to?
Treasure.
Yeah, treasure. Maybe, right? Why else would you
That's
have
the
a
only
map?
reason I can think of to have a map.
It's the best kind of map.
Well, was someone hiding it in the library or just get swept up? Like,
You obviously hide treasure maps. Duh.
yeah, but why would you hide it in a library?
In the map section.
Because nobody reads books.
It's yours now.
Well, maybe we should hang on to this.
I mean, it's not filed correctly, so it's not like they know it's there.
Well, that's true. But if this is a map to what, a green scroll? Yeah.
Can't say.
When you take a look at it, the journal is talking about the green scroll that is depicted there, as though that green scroll was a map to something.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so the journal is talking about a map. So this ain't the map. It's a book about a map.
Boring.
But
Is there some sort of, like, artifact collection place or, like, a museum
for scrolls?
for stuff?
Well, I assume so.
I assume that's what a museum is for.
I mean, yeah, the makers had got, like, things they like to show off.
Perhaps we'd best take the time to read this journal and find out what it says.
Right.
End it here.
Sure.
We'll do a cut here because, well, reading a thing takes a little time, and I'm not just going to narrate the book to you. Also because, like hell, I wrote a book.
Yeah. Right. Also,
I'll get it back from you later. Someone wants it.
Sure, son.
But you spend a few hours flipping through the journal. It's talking about this scroll and an expedition to the Green Sun, where they went there to try to track down a piece of the legacy. It talks about them trying to follow the scroll, and it talks about all of the preliminary things when they were about to head out for their investigation, or for their expedition. At that point, the journal got full, and they seem to have filed it there. You don't know what happened after they left.
So someone's been looking for a whole variety of these scrolls, is the gist of it?
It seems so, yes.
Well, do we even know what the scrolls do? I mean, he was supposed to be shown off at the party, right? With the blue scroll.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big deal. There was invitations, the whole thing. So it's important, yeah.
I don't imagine anyone truly knows what they do, but perhaps if they were assembled, the larger mystery of the actuality could be resolved.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm worried about.
We need to know if this is someone who is part of this research expedition, the green research expedition, or if it is unrelated.
Do you think that somewhere they keep records of all the expeditions that have gone out? Could we look in to see when, maybe not the most recent, depending on the age of this book, but one of the expeditions to the Green Sun went?
I don't know.
Ain't you the librarian?
Well, I'm sure we can find a librarian. Where's that angry ghost?
Oh, don't call her, please. She'll never let you hear the end of it. She'll never let me hear the end of it.
That sounds right. Apologies. What about the other one?
Oh, she's worse.
All right. There's a card catalogue, I'm sure.
Wait, I just had a brilliant idea. So, we know some...
Stroke the professor's beard.
We know...
Oh, you
So
should.
majestic.
You should.
I edge a little bit closer to the professor and lean in just a little bit. Rachel, come here.
Huh?
Don't you still speak with the moon?
Yeah?
Well, shit, he's so high up in the sky, he should see everything. Would he notice, expeditions, or maybe he knows something?
Moon knows a lot of things. It's...
You know what? Never mind. That's your business.
Moon knows a lot of things. But the thing is that Moon knows so many things that sometimes it's hard for Moon to tell what is and isn't important from down here.
Oh, I see where you get it from then.
I have a couch to move.
If by move you mean hurl off your balcony, then yes,
Oh,
I imagine.
100%. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Hang on, I made something for that. We can get to that next.
What? No!
Oh, yeah, it's gonna work great. I took a bunch of cat hair off your sweater and mixed it with the peanut butter, and so now, so now it doesn't touch the ground ever. It just kind of rotates, and there's a frame I can pick things up and levitate them with, and I'll put it on a couch, and you know what? I'll show you later.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first peanut butter to be smeared on your horrible couch.
Bing!
I promise it's gonna work. It's gonna be quick, painless.
Literally, you've just described just mixing cat hair and peanut butter together.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the operating principle. There's more to it than that. It's magic. What part of this don't you get? It's good. It's gonna be fine. Just, if you could, clear a path to the window.
I'll
Thank you.
clear a path.
Thank you. I'm trying to get
Only
out
Rachel
of here.
kind of pushes the mail aside, pushes the... Oops.
Yeah, I flip the couch over and start attaching the device to it.
What is...
It's gonna float, and then just right out the window. Don't have to do nothing with the elevator at all.
Huh.
Yep. So, presumably I get it all attached. I gather whatever other stuff I still have at your place there. Pile it on the couch.
Hers.
Oh, I mean, is there
You
any...
should take her cutlery.
Take her cat.
Her cutlery.
That cat's pretty smart. Is there mail or something? Maybe there's cat mail or something.
No, Judith doesn't get mail.
No?
No.
That's a shame. Someone should write her. She's
Someone
a sweet cat.
should. Yeah, she's an excellent kitty.
Yeah. You know what? We'll just stick with the couch for now. Can I levitate my couch?
So, you open up the front of the mailbox, and you shove the couch outside.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'll draw a Sooth card.
Yeah.
We have the Forbidden Game. The Forbidden Game. One of its meanings is balance, which is kind of exactly what you're going for here.
Uh-huh.
But it's also talking about danger and strategy. So you shove the couch out into the open, and this district is known for having unpredictable and sudden weather changes.
Yep.
The couch gets pushed out, and it starts twirling as it can't decide which side of it is going to touch down to the ground. So it starts rotating faster and faster. Then a blast of wind catches the couch, and it starts going off, heading towards a doctor's house.
Oh, damn.
This is,
we
crap.
should go catch it. I'll be right back.
If I don't do a magic circle, I can summon in one round.
Yes.
So I'm gonna call Kira.
Oh, hello again!
Hi, can you do me a favor and run down and warn my neighbor in that house that something might fall into it soon?
Yes, right away!
Great, you guys are the best.
And Kira flies off. You can see it just kind of squeeze under the door. And thankfully the couch is doing a kind of slow fall. Your apparatus is working as it's having trouble deciding whether the peanut butter should touch down. But if the peanut butter touches down, then the cat... No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's got to flip.
It's got to flip. And so its answer is it always has to flip. And it keeps on flipping. You can see a doctor come out of the house and look up and start sketching something out.
Ooh.
As he seems to be figuring out the trajectory of the couch.
Oh, he's a physicist today.
He brings out a large fan and starts waving it at the couch, and just directs it ever so slightly from the little blast to rest atop his house and not smash through one of his windows. Your ephemera worked the couch touched down gently, but now it is consumed and there's now a couch on his house.
4, I think.
It'll work, Rachel. I promise. I'm real good at magic.
It did get down.
You knob.
It would touch down if the house weren't. Never mind.
You've lost your couch. Get it back.
Yeah, right. Excuse me, doctor.
Can you imagine? Up
Oh,
on the couch in the
yes.
moonlight.
I do apologize about the furniture gonna land on your roof there.
Yes, I don't know how we intend to get this down.
Well, I mean, if I can get up there, I maybe just push it off. Couch ain't that nice. I just kind of wanted to add my friends.
It's horrible. It's a very bad couch.
I mean, I could fix it if it done broke or something. It'll be fine.
You'll be fine, Rachel. I promise.
And he provides you with a ladder to get up on his roof.
What? Thank you kindly, doctor.
No, but genuinely do be careful.
Pushing the couch off the roof?
Yes, on a ladder.
Well, I climb onto the roof and then locate a suitable landing spot. Maybe.
And then hurtle a couch off a roof.
Yeah.
You take the time to figure it out, and you push the couch, and it kind of catches an arm when it lands, and you hear a snap.
Oh.
But the couch is now on ground level.
Heads up! Bang.
Oh, dearie.
Well, now how do I get the stupid thing home?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw up a circle and I'm going to summon a nature spirit. I think probably level 2, so I'm going to spend a point in a thing.
Sure, yeah.
and just like a big old like horse, oxen, general quadruped mess of vines and flowers to help him pull the couch.
Why, thank you, Rachel.
Don't thank me, thank horse friend.
Why, thank you, horse friend.
You're welcome.
That fella's got some lungs.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. This has been our first ever development mode episode. We'll see if we keep this format for the next set of them, or if we do something different. But thanks for listening. Bye, Terrence.
Bye, Terrence.
See you later, Terrence.
Do 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 do
What?
do.
Van Gogh? Oh.
Do.